Good day, everybody. We are back here with Sister Stephanie Nwadiei here at the Yosh Restaurant Museum Cocktail Bar. This place, I'm telling you guys, is fabulous. I am so glad that Stephanie told me all about this place. And guess who you're with? Sister Justina Thompson, Kente, our journey back home to the Gambia, and we're with Miss Stephanie. I am HYBASIA, and we're just sitting back here having another lunch date, and we're just gonna chit chat for a little while and talk about lifestyle. 6 months in the U.S., lifestyle over here in the Gambia. Because so many of us are repatriating. And so we just want to share some experiences, maybe some expenses, unexpected expenses, some likes, maybe some dislikes, and altogether what you have to be prepared for if you want to journey over here. I have learned so much from Miss Stephanie, and that is my heart's desire is to live in both places because I know that I need both places actually. I don't want to do a permanent move here. I want to live half here and half in the US because I have grandchildren. I have my mom that's still living. I have daughters and sons that are still there in the US. So I know I will be going back frequently back and forth and things that I can get in the US that I cannot get here in the Gambia. So I know that I will definitely be one of those residents who will be going back and forth um, um, from the U.S. to the Gambia. So we're going to talk, and I'm going to turn the camera to Miss Stephanie, and this is her experience, and I want you guys to listen closely. And if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. All right, you got the floor.
Hey guys, I'm Stephanie Nwadiei. I'm HYBASIA. I'm here with my sister Justina. We just here chilling, y'all, at Yosh Restaurant. This is just a beautiful place, y'all. It reminds me of a big tree house, just so green. We record it, but it's no way you can really have that experience unless you come and visit. And I say come and visit because I really advise you never to move to anywhere in the world without visiting first and see if you like it and if you will adjust to being there instead of selling everything you have and moving and being disappointed. People are the same everywhere. There's no heaven on this earth. This place is heavenly. I
Yes.
agree. But happiness comes from within you, and you.
Yes.
So don't fantasize about Mother Africa, y'all. We have our own issues here,
Mm-hmm.
including lighting. Sometimes the power's on, it's off, whether you pay your cash power or not.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes your internet is on, it's off. Because if your power's out, you have no internet unless you have it on your phone and it
Mm-hmm.
still may not work.
Mm-hmm.
You may have phone service on your phone and it may work like the internet. That's true. You cannot even hear, hello, hello, can
Yep.
you hear me? Can you hear me? And this is a regular phone call. This is not Wi Fi.
Yes.
So it's a struggle, y'all. We love it here because it's also home.
Yes.
So being here for 6 months at a time so I can do my project in Jambanjeli, the HYBASIA Food Forest Project, I need minimum 6 months being here because everything goes slowly by slowly in the
Mm-hmm.
motherland, no matter
Mm-hmm.
where you are. There's no such thing as quick service. If you try to make somebody move fast, they may not do at all. You might not get them to answer your calls. So you have to understand you need time. Time, oh, that's what they say. I need time.
Time.
Yes. Give yourself time. Come. Visit.
Mm-hmm.
See if you like it. When you visiting, make your reservations in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get here, you'll have comfortable. Stay in a central location wherever you decide you want to do your tour, whether it's the monkey park or the museum. You research it online first, and you can get a hotel that's close by there.
Mm-hmm.
I use Booking.com. I use Airbnb, but otherwise, I don't really have any connections to private people for private rentals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody because I've never stayed in a private rental. Always Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
And you simply put in the amount you're willing to pay per month. You tell it if you want a studio, one bedroom, or two bedroom, whatever you think you need,
Mm-hmm.
whether you want air conditioning or not, and it will tell you what's available for the dates that you select. And if you select at least 30 days, sometimes you'll get a better rate.
Mm-hmm.
And you can check the rate without confirming the reservation. That's a hint, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're traveling, I personally uh, make my reservations as far in advance as I know I'm going to go,
Mm-hmm.
and I at least 30 days in advance, and I do a round trip ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're gonna bring cash, it's the 100 US blue bill, and you change it at the legitimate currency exchange. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
not responsible if you use the people on the street. If
Mm-hmm.
they give you uh, bogus money, it's not on me. You know, everybody takes their chance if they want to with the people on the street, but
Now
the
I
currency
wasn't.
exchange is okay.
I was not aware that they had what do you call it? The money on when it's copied, and it's not the real money.
Counterfeit.
Exactly. I was not aware that they had counterfeit money here in the Gambia.
Yeah, counterfeit
Yeah.
money is worldwide.
Wow, I did not
Yeah,
know that.
yes,
Okay.
counterfeit money is worldwide.
That's good information.
Yes, so if
Yeah.
you want real money, you go to the currency exchange and do your exchanges. Or
Mhm.
else you know someone that already live in the Gambia and
Yeah.
they're friends on the street.
Yeah.
They know because they've been dealing with them over years.
Yeah.
They'll give you the real money.
Mhm.
But yeah, you can end up with phony money just like anywhere else.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm sure everyone, well, I'm not going to say everyone, because if you got somebody that's brand new to traveling international, they don't know about the black market.
Right.
But yeah, you can go to the black market and get a higher rate for the dollar or the euro or whatever. But as Stephanie said, um, taking a risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking a risk.
Yeah. And you
Mhm.
don't know where the money been when you're
Yeah.
doing it the other way.
Yeah, yeah, you are taking a risk.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And I tell you, when I'm working at Jamba and Jelly at the Food Forest, I learned so much about biodiversity, growing your own food. That's something that maybe you don't get to do in the U.S. if you don't have a backyard.
Mhm.
And me at home, I have a little tiny backyard that I practice tiny permaculture. And even if you have just a little bucket or a cup, you can start planting seeds at least. Just to get your hands dirty in the dirt. It feels good to me to grow something.
Mhm.
And soon, before I leave, we'll harvest at least some watermelon and some okra.
Mhm.
And other than that, all I can say is I love being here as well as back home in the United States in Galveston because it's both tropical and both have very nice people because we're a tourist town in Galveston and I grew up in a tourist town.
Mm-hmm.
And the Gambia is a little tourist country. It's a tiny country, but it reminds me of a big giant city.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much that's how I function in it, like it's a big time, a big city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just think it's a big city in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a tiny country in the motherland. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, nothing's perfect. Like I said, I really try not to talk as much about the negative stuff because whatever you feed, like they say, is the wolf inside of you. That's what grows. But just to let you know, it's just not perfect. And I'm not a somebody from the U.S. that is talking negative about the U.S. either. I'm not into that. I'm gonna go back home. I love my family. I love my friends. I'm gonna go back home to them. I love Galveston. I love the water. I'm so at peace when I'm at the water there and at the beach. And when I'm in Galveston, I say it reminds me of the Gambia. So it's a good fit for me for back and forth. That's about all I got for today.
Switch this around to me.
Okay.
So we're going to do a question and answer period here because I have a couple questions I would like to ask Miss Stephanie uh, as a senior solo traveler. Okay, so Miss Stephanie, as a senior solo traveler, is it safe? Uh, how do you feel traveling by yourself? Um, do you have assistance with when you bring in your bags and all of that? So tell me how you feel traveling solo by yourself to the Gambia internationally.
I don't have a problem traveling solo by myself. Because once you're at the airport and you check your bags in, you have no bags. They're checked.
Mm-hmm.
And my other carry on is a roller. So my laptop is in the roller bag. And so I'm good. I have my purse and my roller carry on. So I don't have an issue with going through the airport. It's just that before I came, I went to the chiropractor because I had some back pain and leg pain after my last trip back home. And so I had to go to the chiropractor to readjust my spine so I could come back.
Okay.
But once I'm here, I'm fine. There's no chiropractors that I could find, y'all. If y'all want to know, I couldn't find it. I googled, I asked people. Nobody heard of chiropractors here. So I just use my bitter leaf when I'm hurting, and then about 30 minutes from when I chew it. And yes, it's terrible. It's bitter, but I drink a little water as a chaser, and in 30 minutes within 30 minutes, I'm not in pain anymore. So I'm fine. My back doesn't hurt. My spine doesn't hurt. It's just that sometimes my left hip hurts. But that was something that the doctor already told me about years ago. And since I'm allergic to aspirin, they said that I could have steroids shots in my hips. And I refuse to have steroid shots. So I just use the bitter leaf. And I'm fine.
All right. How do you feel about the medical care and whether or not you could get, if, say, for instance, some of the seniors may have um, underlying conditions, like as myself, because I have high blood pressure. Um, Sometimes I suffer from muscle spasms, severe muscle spasms. Um, so how do you feel? Do you think that they'll have the ability here to get the medicine here in the Gambia?
Well, we just left from a facility that has medication that's imported from the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you'll be able to get the same medications here. But I would advise you go early to get it filled because y'all sometimes it's finished or and they have to order it for you. and they will call you when it comes in. And it's another pharmacy called Medicare Clinic. Their pharmacy also has US or UK drugs that I've used them for my glucophage before, and they're reasonably priced. So I think you can get your medications filled, but my advice is to actually get your medications filled and don't try to instantly change to herbal medicine just because I'm in the motherland.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm telling you, you can end up being like the other folks. They make a YouTube video today, tomorrow, the next day it's like they're no more here
Mm.
because they thought that organic eating was a substitute for them taking their medication, and they didn't take their medication,
Mm.
and they didn't even get to live here even 3 months.
Wow.
There was no more. So
Wow.
my advice is please continue taking your medication so you can do okay. If you have a blood pressure monitor, bring it with you. If you come here without one, they have blood pressure monitors you can buy so you can keep up with your blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with your blood sugar. I bought a glucometer at the same pharmacy that we were in, and I use my glucometer every day. I take my medicine. I take my blood sugar every day. So just
Okay.
do what you're supposed to do and keep yourself healthy, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about how do you get around, Miss Stephanie, as far as transportation and being solo?
Okay. I use my driver, Abib, because I've been knowing him for over a year now, and I feel safe with him. So I just call him when I'm ready, and he'll come get me if he's available. And then sometimes when I can't get Abib, I just call Salif and we get Ali, and he'll come get me. And for short trips around where I stay. So I get along fine. I do not use the public share taxis because number one, I'm tired, y'all. So my idea of jumping in one taxi to another taxi to a bus to another taxi. Cause yeah, I did try it one time with a friend of mine
Mm-hmm.
when I first came here, and it was a terrible experience for me. If I don't have a option that's totally different, but guys, I do have an option. So my option is that I you get what you pay for, and I prefer to have my private driver. I be take me where I want to go, and he's like a genie in a taxi. Because if I need an interpreter, he got me. If I need to go buy stuff at the market or whatever, he helped me negotiate. If I want to buy trees at the nursery, same difference. Because lots of people, even though it's an English-speaking country, may not speak English. And so you need someone who can speak Wolof or Mandinka or French, because he speaks all of that, and somebody that can help you to negotiate.
Okay, so what if you are a solo traveler and you're coming for the very first time? Because you know, you and I, we have experience traveling here in the Gambia and other African countries. But if you, this is the very first time for a senior citizen, senior solo female, I'm pointing out, female traveler, what would you suggest? And I'm asked, this is the second part B. Would you suggest that she go online and research maybe some YouTubers that may seem friendly and that she could email privately to ask questions, suggest drivers like you're talking about, you know, referrals and things like that? How would you address that issue?
That's totally up to them. I prefer not to interact with strangers. YouTube is still strangers. You don't know them. And like me, I actually interact better with people that actually care about HYBASIA because that's my cause. So if you ask me lots of questions and you have not donated to HYBASIA, you haven't shown any support with something that I'm interested in, that my purpose for being here, and you thought haven't given any thought to what's important to me. You're just trying to get free information from me and be inside of my close circle. When I always say, if you want to be in my close circle, you will be a Patreon, and then you're part of my inner circle. So that's how I feel that a lot of the YouTubers feel. If you have in, similar interests to what they have different consultation fees that some of them ask for. So if you're willing to pay for their consultation fees, go right ahead. That's up to you. You know, but I personally had no issue with coming here because I was researching my grandmother's name. And so I found out that Dabo House had Cora instrument instructions because her name is Cora. And that's why I went to Dabo House and stayed. I just used booking.com. And then when I went to Mama Africa's, I'm an artist also. So I wanted to go to the artist residence. And so I went there, and then she heard my story, and she introduced me to her family, the Cora family. So everybody has different agenda when they come. So it really is not really related to being a senior, but according to your purpose for coming to the motherland. So my purpose was always for a different reason. I did my own research. And once I was here, Dabo House actually had their own referral taxi drivers that I worked with the first year or two I was here. And then later, I was with my sister Kenyatta, who, yes, she became my sister from being a patron of HYBASIA. And we lived together last year. And we met Abib just together. And I liked him, we liked him, and the relationship was built from then. But everybody's way of interacting with people will be different, so you can't use me as a Bible for anything. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, but I do not advise just picking somebody just because they're on YouTube. It doesn't make them any different from anyone else. Just find out what's people's interests are, and if you think they have something in common with you, maybe that'll be a good fit for you to ask them questions, or try to get into their inner circle some kind of way by paying for their consultation or whatever.
Yes, yes, and I found that having building, finding, seeking, and building personal relationships make your travel a lot easier. You know, so that's why I proposed the question to you about that, because so many people have experienced, you know, their experiences have been different, and I have not experienced some of the unfortunate negative things that's happened over here because I have relationships established all the way back from 2006. You know, I'm talking over 10 years of friendships, um, you know, in the Gambia with Gambians. And so I have not had, and I think because of the relationships, I have not had those experiences, thank God, you know. And so
Yeah.
it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good. You know,
Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you cannot treat people like they're beneath you, and that you're here to save them or teach them something special just because you come from the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people coming to the motherland from the U.S. weren't doing anything in the United States of importance. So I don't know what they're going to teach anybody here. I don't know any of them that was doing anything special. I don't care what country they're coming from. So what makes them so special once they get here, only the Most High knows. I don't know.
Oh wow. So, so yeah, so that's, I think that's all of the questions that I have that a senior citizen may seek their health, their safety, um, how just how to travel, whether or not they will be able to get assistance or whatever with carrying the bags if they were concerned about that, not knowing their full physical strength, how much, I guess, how taxing it would be actually be on their physical bodies. You know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
don't have to worry about it because
Yeah.
once you're in the airport, they have people that's gonna pick up your bags and stick them in there. You know you gonna pay them a tip, so
Mhm.
don't be nasty to them.
Yeah.
Once they touch your bags, let them, and they
Mhm.
gonna put it on a cart to help you get out of the airport. And when you
Mhm.
get out of the airport, give them a tip, whether it's $100 or whatever.
Mhm.
Be ready to give them a tip for carrying
Mhm.
your bags to your waiting taxi.
Yeah. And I would suggest that when, as Stephanie said, you pre-book your room and find out if they have designated
Hmm.
taxis to bring you to the hotel.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
pay
your
for that
apartment.
extra. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that's another safety feature or tip
Hmm.
too, of getting you to your place of residence while you're going to be here. So yeah, I would suggest that. And then once you get to the apartment, they might be able to give you some more additional drivers to take you around and so forth.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then from there, if you like the driver and you guys connect, then you take that person's phone number and you call and you just use them throughout your visit.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Stephanie, can you think of anything else?
No, that's analysis.
Yeah, I'm thinking did we cover everything, guys? For senior solo traveler. Um, I think so. But I'm gonna put a plug in for my nonprofit, Global Mission Society Incorporated. We are seeking volunteers to come over and help us to raise funds to work with the Women's Empowerment Group. We want to build a fence. Stephanie has already had success with her program for the fence. So I'm listening to her and getting ideas from her with how she got her program to move forward. And so I'm taking a page out of her book, but I'm also looking for people that are crafters, artists that could come and teach our women's empowerment some advanced techniques like quilting, um, um, tailoring, advanced tailoring. They can sew, and they sew without a pattern, but they could use some more advanced techniques so that we are able to bring their clothing over um, to the U.S. and sell them during our Black History Month. So our food has come, and so we're gonna wind down our um, our interview. Stephanie, I mean, you can see Stephanie's plate. Hers look delicious, and so does mine. And so, you got it.
Uh-huh. Getting it. You ain't gotta worry. I'm taking
All right, no problem, no problem. And she'll send me the pictures too.
Uh-huh. Well.
Yeah, and so so that's Global Mission Society. Global Mission Society Incorporate. Dot org is my website. Um, and yeah. So and Stephanie, you want to add some final?
Yeah. Hey, I'm HYBASIA, HYBASIA, www.hybasia.org. Can donate to the HYBASIA Food Forest Project. The food is delicious, y'all. Check it out.
Yes, it looks delicious.
Yes. And
Yes.
I'm out.
Okay. All right, guys. So you all can also reach me on Instagram, Justina Thompson Kente on Instagram, Justina Thompson Kente on TikTok, Justina Thompson Journey Back Home to the Gambia on YouTube. And you can always send me an email, THIMPSONJM1963 at gmail.com. Thank you guys, and you all have a blessed and wonderful day, no matter what side of the world you're on. All right, bye.